Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Jesus Christ. Let's see how this goes. Come on, let's go. Gotta get that blue orb. fuck. No! Fuck it. got part 1 done.
Quickly, with its armor fully destroyed, the body is now exposed. Take the portal and finish this fight.
Hold on. Let's re-up. Wait, where's the blue orb? Yeah, I'm taking that shit. What the fuck? Alright, part 2. Oh boy, finally! Here we go! Oh. Just keep my head on the swivel, keep my head on the swivel, keep moving. Whatever I do, just keep moving. Fuck. No. Oh no. Fuck. That was ass, bro. Okay. Oh fuck. Alright, all up in your dome piece. All up in your dome piece, bro. bro. Just keep it pushing. What? Oh. Ah, hell. Oh, fuck. I need to see if I can find a freaking. I need to find like. Bro. Damn. Let's try this again. Alright, let's see. Come on. Oh, please don't push me back. Let it be with, like, you know. Because if you push me back, I'm gonna be upset. That'll be ass. Come on. Oh, this is one. Man, so I'm guessing I'm never gonna get a mecha suit. And that kind of makes me sad. Okay, good. Got a somewhat of a portion. Let's dug it out for a bit with oh damn. Fuck. Alright. Dude, I'm having trouble right now just to get through this. Now imagine I play this in Ultra Nightmare, whatever the fuck they had. That'll be wild. Alright, so we got the... Low-key, that's the hardest part. So let's get... We got that out the way. Nah, fuck that. Oh fuck, I fell. Oh shit, I fell. Guys, let's not get cocky though. Oh shit. Yes! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! There it is! Out of here! It would have been fire if he stepped on it. You're like, dang.
and your will their sword. You remain unbroken, for your light is eternal.
Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Doom Eternal. Holy crap. Ah, look at them. Did I get to them area? Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That was Doom Eternal. So we kind of went different on this gameplay compared to the 2016s. So you know how in 2016s I separated the rune trials, the secrets and challenges, and the campaign. Well, not here. We kind of did all of this in one take. So there is a couple levels that we do have to revisit. So I'll probably throw that later on. But yeah, man, this was the full campaign of Doom Eternal. So this is essentially basically the sequel to 2016's Doom, picking up where it left off, and we got more of an understanding of like what happened, or like what's up with Doom, like what's up basically, right? What's really up? Wait, a police officer? Did I just saw that? There's a police officer also. That's fire. Anyways, so essentially, it basically really gave an inside look of the lore of Doom, right? So essentially, in a nutshell, this Doom guy is a avenging soul, right? He's an avenging soul. He's out to kill all kinds of demons and stuff like that, right? Because this goes back and relates to the first trilogy of Doom, right? For the the SNES, Sega, the computer, like back in the day, right? So essentially, they added more sauce to their nachos per se, by basically saying that this guy, the story was this guy was, he was dishonorably discharged from the Marines, whatever, back on Earth. So he was sent to Mars to basically be security out there, just be regular random security. But the UAC started experimenting with technology and some demons, blah blah blah. We got what we got. But on this one, it's kind of like a reboot of what's to come, right? It's kind of a reboot, so they make everything make sense, right? Essentially, it's discovered that here they fully explain that it's the alien race that essentially found out what hell really is. Now, thanks to the Doom guy that appeared in Sentinel Prime that one time, or what I think, no, Argent Denor, my bad, Argent Denor. The Doom guy appeared in Argent Denor, and essentially, they started asking questions like, "Whoa, who the fuck is this guy?" So once they figure it out, the con maker was intrigued by who he is and where he comes from in what's going on. That, well, essentially they figured out what hell is, but then they also figure out how powerful hell could be in their favor. And that's when they start talking about the souls, and with the soul comes the essence, and that essence mixed with Argent Denor, mixed with Maker energy, creates Argent energy. And for them, they could use it to create wonders. Essentially, they can create the world. They're eventually God. And even so, through the codexes that we read through the campaign, it's explained that that this alien race that really was that's what they are. They're just an alien race that they are ancient, old as hell. That what they call Yurdok, their heaven, in various languages in throughout the galaxy and universe. Yurdok symbolizes or it translates to paradise or even heaven. So it's just like insinuating that the makers are essentially the beginning of they created everything and religion. However, one thing is fact that is that there is in fact a hell. Now the interesting part that was revealed here that hell is a multi-dimensional or even a multiversal location. So you don't have to be from whatever Earth. Like it hell is multiversal. You get me? So everybody goes there, and that's what it is. And funny enough, Yurdark and the Yurdark and the car makers and all of them, they also can figure out how to travel through time and space and also dive into the multiverse, because essentially that's what they ended up doing once they figure out who exactly this Doom guy is. Now there's a prophecy within the Sentinels, right? Because because the prophecy of the Sentinels was written in real time. So about this Doom guy, that whatever. But essentially, it was the Doom guy that was gonna bring an end to the Maker and to the Icon of Sin. So whatever happens, so the story that they relate in the codexes is the actual real thing that actually happened, but with the original Doom guy. Who is this guy? He is essentially new, but however, who is this Doom guy? My bad. I'm sorry. Rewind the tape. This actually Doom guy is the same Doom guy from back then. He was just in the tomb. Enter 2016. That's why he was in the tomb. Now, his essence, his powers, and all of that, that's later to be revealed, because apparently in here we do have a whatchamacallit? We do have an expansion gains, and we will be getting into that pretty soon. But however, as far as the lore goes, as far as the gameplay, amazing game. ID Bethesda, you guys did it again. We cannot wait for whatever you have in store for Doom Dark Ages. Now, elephant in the room, Bethesda. Wolfenstein. What's going on? I have a couple ideas now that with the hype of Doom Eternal, and how we're getting to Dark Ages, and how we already tapped into the multiverse. I'm just saying, little crossover wouldn't hurt. Just saying. But however, this game, I really lived up the expectations, and I essentially cannot wait to play Doom Dark Ages. There is a couple features like I already saw that I'm like about it. I don't know. I'm just used to seeing like what I'm seeing at the moment. Well, not at the moment, but like basically like the screen of like your health and everything. But it's all good. I'm actually pretty excited. I saw that shield with the chainsaw or the buzz saw, whatever the case may be. Oh boy, that's gonna be one. That's gonna be one interesting one.